a soldier pauses for a shave at a bustling United States military encampment in Plattsburgh, New York. His quiet routine, a fleeting anchor amidst the storm of the Great War. The streets of Los Angeles burst with joy as the 364th Infantry marches home, a sea of faces gazing north along Broadway and Fifth, welcoming their heroes with open hearts. On the steps of the Capitol in Washington, D.C., the Bonus Army stands in silent vigil, their weathered faces a testament to battles fought and promises yet unkept. Marshall Field III, a man of wealth and generosity, raises his right hand in solemn oath, stepping into the ranks of the 1st Illinois to serve a nation at war. The Buffaloes of the 367th Regiment Infantry stride proudly up Fifth Avenue in New York City, their colors from the Union League fluttering high in a breeze of honor. At Walter Reed Hospital in Washington, D.C., wounded soldiers knit under the gentle watch of nurses, their hands crafting hope amid the stillness of recovery. A line of civilian men crosses a threshold into duty, emerging moments later in uniform, military kits slung over shoulders as they embrace their new calling. In Hoboken, New Jersey, a hushed service honors the fallen, their spirits carried home from the fields of France to rest beneath American skies. A German postcard from 1915, nestled in the New York Public Library, whispers tales of a distant war, its faded image a fragile link to those who lived it. New York City roars with pride as the 369th Infantry parades in triumph, the brave Harlem Hellfighters reclaiming their place among the old 15th TH's legacy. Eddie Rickenbacker stands bold before his Hespad Scout, a commanding figure in the 94th Aero Pursuit Squadron, his eyes fixed on skies once ruled by courage. An artist's brush captures United States engineers shaping docks in Brest, France, their labor forging a lifeline for a navy far from home. Behind an army truck in Los Angeles, Alvin C. York shares a tender moment with Gracie, portrayed by Joan, a scene of love amid a hero's return. Black troops marched across the 145th Street Bridge from Lenox Avenue, their steady steps a timeless echo of valor captured in an undated frame. The all-black 15th Regiment strides up Fifth Avenue, New York City alive with cheers as they head toward an army camp, their journey just beginning. The America passenger vessel glides across the sea, its decks heavy with soldiers, a silent witness to the tides of war and peace. In March 1919, a crowd gathers in New York City, eyes bright with admiration as the 369th Colored Infantry passes, a moment etched in memory. Wounded Harlem Hellfighters of the 369th Infantry Regiment parade up Fifth Avenue, their resilience shining through scars earned on distant battlefields. Four mustachioed soldiers pause in a French studio, their grins frozen in a photograph bound for home, a brief escape from the front's shadow. At Van Cortlandt Park in New York, soldiers maneuver heavy artillery, the clang of metal a stark rehearsal for the trials awaiting them overseas. In France, E Company of the 69th Regiment packs supplies with care, each crate a lifeline sustaining their fight across a war-torn land. An African-American soldier of the 369th Infantry Regiment stands guard over the flag at Camp Upton, his duty a proud salute to a nation in flux. Military ships dock in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the 165th Infantry stepping ashore, their return a quiet promise of peace after years of strife. On the set of the Dawn Patrol, Howard Hawks guides Richard Barthelmess, a soldier in costume, breathing life into tales of aerial bravery. In a United States Army Reserves office, women and men stand beneath fluttering American flags, their resolve firm as they answer the call to serve. A pianist's melody fills a Newark, New Jersey club where soldiers find solace, thanks to the kindness of African American women who built this haven. From a trench on the Western Front, a soldier charges German lines, his courage a fleeting spark against the dark canvas of war in France. The USS South Bend sails from Gironde, France, its hold brimming with troops, each wave bringing them closer to the embrace of home in 1919. The 332nd Infantry marches up Fifth Avenue toward Central Park, medals from the Italian attaché awaiting a tribute to their valor in Italy. Through a stereoscope, the SS Aquitania nears New York City, black troops aboard gazing toward a skyline that promises rest and recognition. An unknown artist in 1918 paints French soldiers hurling grenades from trenches, a female France above them, her gaze a beacon of liberty. The North Atlantic stretches wide and wild, its majestic hazards a silent challenge to every vessel braving its depths during the Great War. A British tank rolls down Fifth Avenue, New York City, pausing to marvel at this iron beast, a visitor from battlefields far away. In the College Point Assembly Plant, propellers crown monoplane fighters, each bolt tightened under military eyes, readying wings for war. On Long Island, a soldier in gas mask and respirator beats back poison from a trench, a grim dance of survival honed in training. In Cincinnati's Fountain Square, two military men flank wooden stocks labeled "This is for traitors," a stern relic of loyalty's demands in 1917. American soldiers march in unison during a 1917 drill, their rhythm a heartbeat of discipline, preparing for the unknown across the sea. From Pier 4 in Hoboken, New Jersey, ambulances carry the fallen home, a somber cortege for heroes lost to Europe's fields. Disabled veterans wait among the crowd, their eyes on the 165th Infantry's parade, a bittersweet salute to comrades returning whole. At Evergreen Cemetery, the coffin of Henry Chin, New York's first Chinese-American serviceman, is lowered, his sacrifice a quiet milestone. In the Bronx's Red Cross House on Gun Hill Road, World War I veterans gather, the recreation room a sanctuary of laughter and healing. Marines perch atop the Equitable Building in Manhattan, their poses bold for the 4th Liberty Loan, urging a city to give generously. A mobile United States Army recruiting office rolls through New York, its doors open wide to call the brave to enlistment's promise. At Debarkation Hospital, injured veterans personally in wheelchairs fill the front row, a theater by Stage Women's War, relief lifting their spirits. Children cluster around an American serviceman, his hammer nailing up a Liberty Loan poster, sparking young hearts with wartime zeal. Italian Bersaglieri soldiers stride through America, their plumed hats a striking sight, rallying support for the Liberty Loan effort. A throng of new recruits gathers in Woodhaven, Long Island, their eager faces turned toward departure, the Army's newest sons. In Newark, New Jersey, a club for African American soldiers hums with life, a refuge where servicemen find warmth and camaraderie. The Italian Bersaglieri return, their presence a vibrant thread in America's tapestry, woven to boost the Liberty Loan's cause. The 2nd Infantry Division parades past the Flatiron Building, New York City pausing to honor their journey through war and back. Women from the Knights of Columbus hand flowers to soldiers, a fragrant tribute as the 2nd Infantry Division marches down Fifth Avenue. A new recruit draws his first pay, his fingers tracing the coins, a small reward for stepping into the vast unknown of service. American servicemen linger outside a reading room, its quiet shelves offering respite from the clamor of their enlisted lives. In New York, men and women rally for the Marine Corps, their voices rising together, urging others to join the fight. A Marine Corps sergeant presses a stethoscope to a recruit's chest, the heartbeat strong, signaling readiness for the trials ahead. In Cincinnati, Ohio, a recruiting sergeant points to a sign. Its bold words, "Make good as a citizen and enlist now," a call to duty. A service in Hoboken, New Jersey, mourns soldiers lost in France, their memory a sacred thread binding a grieving nation. On Armistice Day, pallbearers bear the unknown soldier's coffin down the Capitol steps, Washington, D.C. bowing in reverent silence. On March 16, 1921, Hoboken, New Jersey, holds a service for 1609 fallen soldiers, their names whispered in the wind from France. The RMS Mauritania, once a grand liner, now a troopship, ferries American servicemen home, the war's end a distant shore in sight. At Madison Square's altar of liberty, French soldiers stand beneath Woodrow Wilson's words, New York City, a stage for Allied unity. The 369th Infantry Regiment strides down 15th Avenue, New York's cheers greeting their return from Europe's brutal fields. Red Cross volunteers in Washington, D.C. offer refreshments, their kindness a balm to troops weary from service's demands. A German postcard from 1915 shows a grave for fallen soldiers, its solemn image a keepsake in the New York Public Library's care. On the Eastern Front, German soldiers toast bread over a fire, a 1915 postcard capturing a moment of sustenance amid strife. Lieutenant Hans Berg and his men pose for a 1900 postcard, their faces a faded echo preserved by the New York Public Library. In 1915, a telephone rings in the trenches, delivering urgent words to German soldiers, a lifeline in the chaos of war. General Josias von Heeringen leads his army in 1914, their march a fleeting image held in the New York Public Library's archives. At a United States war prison camp, the crew of the German U-58 waits, captured by the USS Fanning, their war abruptly stilled. A dozen United States soldiers pile into a car at Camp Dix, their wool coats flapping as they wave hats high, bound for home. For African American men march in formation, flags and rifles in hand, honoring the 369th Infantry's triumphant return. At a pole climbing course, students and instructors train as telephone electricians, their skills vital to the student army's mission. In Philadelphia's Berean Club, two soldiers rest by bedsides, the sleeping quarters, a haven captured by the National Archives. Near Chateau Thierry, gas-masked United States soldiers marched through fields, pressing forward as the enemy retreats in 1918. Colonel William Haywood stands in a New York trench, his steady gaze overseeing troops training for Europe's distant war. With sculptor Sally James Farnham beside him, Colonel William Haywood surveys a trench, his men honing skills for battle ahead. Eddie Rickenbacker leans against a fighter plane, his command of the 94th Aero Pursuit Squadron, a legend born in the skies. Raoul Lufbery, French-born ace of the Lafayette Escadrille, stands proud in the 94th Aero Pursuit Squadron, his legacy soaring high. In 1918, Eddie Rickenbacker's portrait captures a leader, his eyes reflecting the daring of the 94th Aero Pursuit Squadron's missions. From the 1910s, Eddie Rickenbacker's image endures, a commanding officer whose valor shaped the air wars of his time. In Washington, D.C., an Army doctor examines a recruit, his careful hands ensuring only the fit join the ranks in 1917. Modish women line Fifth Avenue, their flowers a fragrant farewell to troops parading off to join the Allies in France. For African American soldiers posed with cooking gear, their uniforms a badge of service, their camaraderie a quiet strength. High-ranking officers inspect African American sailors, one pointing to a shoe, their scrutiny a step toward recognition. A horse-drawn carriage rolls through a post-war parade, men and women aboard celebrating alongside African American troops. Amid below woods shattered trees, an American officer stands, his presence marking a hard-won victory over German lines. Hands once busy with surgical dressings for the Red Cross now rest, their work a lifeline for the wounded across the sea. Fiorello LaGuardia speaks at New York City's Soldiers and Sailors Monument, his words rallying a nation entering the Great War. In New York City, a reenactment of Fleaville's capture unfolds, the 16th Infantry's valor replayed beneath towering spires. At Arlington's unknown soldier tomb, Armistice Day's 23rd year unfolds, a general view of ceremonies steeped in reverence. Engineer soldiers at Camp Beaver, Virginia, spell victory in 1917, their mock battle a symbol of hope and resolve. A crowd at a railroad station waves farewell, their eyes tracing the departing United States soldiers, hearts heavy yet proud. Soldiers halt passers-by, their vigilance a quiet thread in the tapestry of a nation mobilized for war's demands. Before the New York Public Library, a tower of books rises, a reminder of the million boys still serving far from home. Troops spill from the Lapland into New York, their arrival a homecoming etched against the city's timeless skyline. As a troop transport enters New York Harbor, ships and factories sound off, a chorus welcoming warriors back to shore. Soldiers board ships for France, their steps firm with purpose, carrying America's resolve across the Atlantic's expanse. The 332nd Infantry, Ohio and Pennsylvania's sons, march up Fifth Avenue, their Piave battles with Italians now legend. Captain A.B. Bayliss cranks a car for the National League for Women's Service, packages ready to aid the government's cause. At Bowlingfield in 1918, soldiers guide a de Havilland plane to the repair shop, keeping wings ready for the fight. In front of New York's Public Library, a collection of reading material grows, a gift for Army and Navy souls at rest. At Walter Reed, a soldier pedals a saw with bicycle power, a nurse nearby, his recovery a testament to grit and care. Wounded soldiers ride in a Red Cross automobile, the 1st Division's parade a tribute to their unyielding spirit. The 27th Division marches past New York City's reviewing stand, 5th Avenue alive, with the rhythm of their return. German wives of Yankee soldiers point out America's shores, their children wide-eyed at the land of new beginnings. Boston's Tremont Street hums as the 372nd Colored Infantry parades, the Red Hand Division's valor on full display. From above, the 369th Black Infantry's parade weaves through New York, an aerial view of triumph and homecoming. The Army's portable dental ambulance, a gift from Dr. D.W. Hollister, stands ready, a small marvel of care on wheels. At the 71st Regiment Armory, 369th Infantry soldiers enjoy cigarettes after a chicken dinner, a reward post-parade. At Yafank, soldiers don gas masks, their silhouettes a stark reminder of the unseen threats they trained to face. In Washington, D.C., Secretary of War Newton Barker draws the first draft number, a moment shaping countless fates. At Mitchell Field, Mineola, soldiers lean on a Caprini plane, their casual stance belying the battles ahead in 1918. General Pershing steps onto French soil, leading America's first troops into Europe, a new chapter in the war's saga. At Oyster Bay, Theodore Roosevelt entertains soldiers, his home a warm retreat from the trials of service. The Covington sinks beneath torpedoes in 1918, a troop transport lost, its story a somber note in the war's score. In Washington, D.C., 20,000 bonus Army veterans converge on the Capitol, their march a plea for justice long delayed. Aboard the SS Lapland, soldiers sail home, the ship a cradle for dreams of peace after years of strife. At Camp Marks, Washington, D.C., ex-servicemen call a dugout home, the Capitol looming over their quiet stand. From the SS Belgic soldiers' wave to the Statue of Liberty, New York's beacon greeting their return from Europe. An Army officer tests a black applicant with cutout blocks, seeking sharp minds for the nation's growing ranks. In Tennessee's hills, Alvin Cullum York stands with his mother, a hero home from war, his humble roots unchanged. Boston's streets cheer as the 372nd Colored Infantry's color bearers march, their flags a vibrant salute to service. Sergeant Harry Moore rides in Boston's parade, the 372nd Colored Infantry's veteran, a symbol of steadfast duty. United States troops fire a howitzer, their aim steady, a thunderous echo of America's might in foreign fields. In Treves, Germany, the American Army of Occupation marches on December 1, 1918, the first official glimpse of victory. The 369th Colored Infantry's colors wave high, their Fifth Avenue parade a proud testament to battles won. Protesters hoist signs against prohibition, their words a cry for soldiers, trade, and morals in a shifting world. At Arlington, President Harry S. Truman lays a wreath, Armistice Day, honoring the unknown soldier's silent rest. On Chicago's South Side, a crowd unveils a memorial for African American soldiers, Armistice Day, a time to remember. At Camp Colt, Pennsylvania, Dwight David Eisenhower stands in uniform, a young officer shaping history in 1917. An American doughboy from 1916 gazes ahead, his infantryman's gear a badge of the war's early, hopeful days. At Karlstrom Field, a meeting room's wooden benches stretch beneath an American flag, a space alive with purpose.